crucial, Sheila. Nowadays, we take it seriously as a part of the services that we're giving to our clients to give them correct, updated, and relevant information, especially if it's about their health. And as you know, a lot of people are afraid to travel because they don't know what to expect. So if we are there to fill in some of the gaps that the information that they will be looking for may not be available immediately if they go, for example, to the internet. But as travel consultants, as event organizers, it is our job to really give them correct and updated information.
And within one glance, you can see already the things that you also ask from me in your RFP. You always want complimentary parking and high-speed wireless internet. So I can say without looking at any other parts, looking at any other website, that this is the hotel that answers to your needs, which is of course a great thing because people coming from very various parts of the world don't know exactly what to expect when they arrive to the property, whether internet is added to the cost or it's actually free.
That is true. Every traveler, no matter where they came from, they always want to be connected. I mean, some of them have businesses at home. So even if they are on a holiday, even if they are on a business trip, they want to keep in touch. And yes, it's quite common that some hotels are charging extra for the network services. So here it's quite nice that we have already this kind of information is available immediately right away.
Excellent. So indeed, wowing them with this view is just easy by sharing a link to that. Book today and get the prime location that you need. So copy a direct link, share it in your Facebook, your Twitter, your email, and 181 different ways. Pin interest. And this particular photo, which allows people to imagine the freedom that they can have during these times, is really a good deal for us to take note, especially if we are event proofs. So there you go, Ed. Our next destination is towards the Baltics. So where would you like to go in that particular Baltics region?
Well, we can always start either from Tallinn or from Lithuania. We
Excellent.
can go
So
from
thank you so much. You're a very easy customer. I love that. So here you go. If we go to Tallinn, of course, we have a different and a variety of what you could say selection. But I have actually put this together because I especially like the brand, and also I have been the most frequent visitor to this particular place. And I think you agree with me, Ed, that this is also well located. Of course, we are very neutral in our presentations, and only our client decides where to go. So I have not presented this property at all. And just like you, I'm coming here for the first time. And since, of course, we are both Finnish speaking, we will hope that we can navigate all of this in Finnish, because you can always request a language that is particular to your group. If you have a Chinese or Japanese guest, we can easily change the language to that, you know,
that is
language.
good to know, Sheila. Yeah, it can be tricky when you deal with the international clients because, of course, we want to communicate with them to in the language that they are most comfortable with.
Yes, I agree with you. So the one thing why I was so interested in this uh, hotel was because when I was 23, I visited this place, and the history between Finland and Russia and the Baltics. So this property has the KGB museum in one roof. So if you go to the 13th floor, which we will inspect later in our rooms, there is a KGB museum, and as you can see also from this information that should interest your client, the Tallinn Bay and the UNESCO protected medieval old town are easily accessible from this spot.
Right.
Right. So we go directly to the rooms. And so we have the Superior Twin, which we have right here. And, there are so many varieties because this is, of course, an international brand. And uh, when you actually present to your clients, kindly remind me how you want to navigate to them. Do you want to show only two rooms, or do you want them to select from three rooms, let's say?
Yes, it's always good to compare the rooms, but in my experience, we usually go with the twin rooms, and then probably some upgrades from some clients who would spend the extra bucks to get a wider area and better rooms with better views. So it's good to see at least the choices that is available to them.
Exactly. And because you don't need another type of PDF or PowerPoint, you can easily access from the info page here what was present in this room. And of course, you may ask your Veru Original by Socos Hotels sales executive to make sure that everything is updated before you present it to your client. As you notice, this place already has bare table and bare surroundings. That's because a lot of the hotels today are doing away with papers, pens, and other extra amenities that might contaminate the rooms.
That makes proper sense. At least the hotels are also doing their effort in making extra arrangements and going the extra mile to protect the guests.
I agree. I think we will soon see some properties that have plexiglasses, but I understood that when you check into a property in Oulu, they already have plexiglasses on their counters.
Yes, I think, well, most of the hotels here in Finland, and I think in Estonia as well, the hotels have adopted new means to have the barrier or the protection between the staff and the guest. So that is good.
Before you came across this automated, very nifty way of doing the capacity chart, do you really use pen and papers, Ed? Or, I mean, isn't this amazing that you could change the view of the capacity chart by clicking on your mouse? And if you intend to have like a middle size classroom style meeting room, then you are directly, calculating it based on this capacity checks.
Yes, this is very convenient. This is like a real treat for all event organizers because it is with just a push of the mouse, you will get the information that you need.
Exactly. So a real treat house. So if we enter the room, that's going to bring us directly to where we, want to go. And in this case, in COVID era, this will be like three chairs maybe apart. It's always like 1.5 or 2 meters apart. So you could easily maneuver and inform your client that this is how it's going to look like. So of course, these are so many meeting rooms here. You can also navigate the meeting rooms based on this, um, the regular buttons on top. And then come back to the capacity charts and floor plan. What are you familiar with this, Ed? And I know you have had site inspections in Estonia lately, especially with your large meeting groups. they have had a few requests, and I understood that um, at the moment you're also handling your client's next journey to South Africa. But last year they were actually booking here in Tallinn for a big congress, and we don't need to mention it. But as you can see, this is a place also for congresses with the ready-made. This was always desired by Sunbee. I remember you asked me when I was booking you in APAC, in Tokyo, and in Korea, that, do you have a projector? Does it come with the cost? And during this visualizer visit, you can actually present only properties with projector. And you could do a virtual 360-degree panoramic view of how it looks like, how far people can be seated, where are the coat hangers, where's the sound system, where's the clock, details such as this one. What are the features of this room that you find quite important, Ed?
Yes, it's true, Sheila. Because for us, we are also closely working with the main organizers of the event, and well, usually they want to know if there are spaces where they can put standees, where they can put banners from their sponsors. So having this kind of presentation and material to look at before the event, it generally gives you a better design, readability. You will be readier when you have the event, because you can see already where you want to put things, where you want uh, the corners to be.
I agree. And I think because there are so many visualizer visits available, you will be really spoiled to present to your client what is the best for them. And how do you like actually the cuisine from Talent Ed?
I like it. They have game meats in Tallinn, and of course, because they have one of the best preserved medieval town in Europe, it's quite fun to see the staff wearing traditional medieval attire.
I remember that you asked me to look for restaurants or even a hotel that has that look and feel that your clients desire, flying in from such, 1,000 kilometers away. They don't want to eat Western food. But as you can see here, even in the buffet section of Tallinn hotels, that they do have medieval food that you can request, and that they will be sure to serve it to you without going to, the old town. But it's different, of course, with the interior. They work with some hotels or restaurants rather than other than the hotel food that they're serving. They can offer the medieval food in a medieval atmosphere.
That's true. Well, there's always the convenience factor when you are dining in-house where the venue of your congress is. So, of course, you don't need to walk towards another venue for dining, and you will just utilize the hotel's own restaurants. Is also nice.
Excellent. So you have Amarillo, which is like a famous one in brand in Finland. I guess you are hanging out in this restaurant, Ed. Some of your friends actually work in Amarillo, I heard, and we do get discounts. So you are anyway able to know, hey, there's an Amarillo here. You can use your bonus points. And it's really great that you can warn your clients traveling with you. Don't forget your S card, because you will get bonus points when you dine in house in the hotel restaurant. So, and then you have the nightclub cafe Indigo. Busy day today. So this is also a panoramic view. Tallinn is of course known for their breweries, Ed. And with looking at this property, what do you think about the draft beer culture in Estonia?
Well, I didn't know really if Estonia has because when you talk of beers, what comes easily into mind will be Bavaria, Germany, for example. But I know that they have also produced some good quality drinks in Estonia. And even for the Finns, we go to Tallinn to shop for alcoholic drinks. and it would be pretty interesting to taste all of the flavors that they have.
I agree. And you don't even need to go to that particular bar. You can start drinking right away on the lobby when you check in. Is this what your clients usually do while waiting for check-in? What do they usually, um, like to do? Do they kind of like get the gist of how the cocktail is served in this hotel and they're just gonna get the key later on? Or do you actually ask them to get the key first?
Yes, well, we usually, of course, do pre-check-in. We send already the rooming list even before the arrival, so it will be easier for the front office staff to check the group in. But of course, some hotels offers welcome drinks, and that is really for us organizers. We see that the clients feel very welcome and very VIP when they are served welcome drinks upon check-in.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Ed. And so I would like us to actually go to one more property, especially mindful of our time to send this recording to your clients. So, what is the next Baltic destination that you would like to go?
Well, yeah, since we don't have much time to go to all of them, maybe we can go to Lithuania.
Yes, I do have that property prepared right here. And of course, also I have the Pullman Riga, which is like Riga. And I will fetch that very easily from this um, portfolio. It can be very customized to your clients as well, or to your DMC and as a tour operator. So this is one of the properties that is actually going viral, and we hope that they will come and co-host one of our webinar session as well. So Ed, tell us about this property.
Yes, I have actually used the Vilnius Grand Hotel for at least 3 times with my group. What I love about this hotel is that they are very big in terms of property size, and they have a golf course within their property, and they have a good swimming pool and spa. So this is one of my favorite places to go in Vilnius. Of course, there are equally good hotels in the city as well, but it's just that I have also used the Vilnius Grand Hotel in the past.
You mentioned about golf. I heard, of course, Lisa, who is here with us today, plays a lot of golf during the COVID season, and everyone else I know who plays golf. So this is a destination indeed for playing golf, isn't it?
Yes, yes, especially in the summer. I think you have to make reservation in advance. A lot of groups, a lot of teams visit the place in summer, and there are even sanctioned official tournaments being played in this Vilnius Grand Hotel Golf Course.
But I understand the rates are very lucrative during off season. So as meeting planners, we probably need to check it out also during those times. What do you think?
Yes, of course.
And I saw one of your client having a very nice um, viral Instagram photo using one of the rooms that you have occupied. Perhaps she was in the classic room or she was in the presidential suite. I know that I have stayed here with a bathtub and a marble, um, bathroom, and it's very opulent. Thank you so much for that. I was actually part of your group, and yes, this is what I meant. So, how do you like this one?
It's very, very grand, and the marbles are really fine. And since this is quite new property, you can see that it is well taken care of.
Yes, you can actually recognize the room features just by clicking on the button there and room features. And then you can immediately sell to your clients. Lake view, access to the spa, to the gym, and free shuttle was one of the best features that we actually remember from that. um, experience. So the premium suite is not so bad either. You have all the grays and the whites. And what do you think about this room, Ed?
Oh, I would love to be there anytime, Sheila.
I remember that your client had a balcony photo with her bathrobe, and it was actually very good for the hotel to to have that photo because she tagged the Vilnius Grand Resort right after that.
Yes, because the Vilnius Grand Resort, since it's located a little off center away from the bustling sound of the city, is very relaxing. So it can be both as a business travel destination or a leisure one.
I think this was the balcony I meant, but because her photo was kind of like dramatic in a bathrobe in winter. So she made it actually a Facebook cover for herself. So I will maybe next time show that photo with her permission. Indeed. So the cuisine of Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia, what are the differences?
Well, they are also mostly banking on the medieval culture, Sheila. So, in a way, there is a lot of similarities between the three Baltic states in terms of cuisine. But if you have the experience, as you experience more and more, you can see that there's actually distinct differences also between the countries.
I remember that in one of those visits, you actually asked to meet the chef, and they were accommodating you. The chef came and greet your group and make it very personal for your group that they will be taken care of during the 3 to 4 days that they will be there.
Yes, they are very accommodating, and they always ask the guests they have any special requests, especially in terms of the taste. As you know, um, different people from different culture have different preferences.
I think you can highlight the fact that they do serve rice if you have guests from APAC, and that whatever it is that they want to request might be considered by the chef. So we are actually almost up to our presentation here. We have a room for one or two questions, and even one more property if you really want to make a quick detour. Really, the property that I would like to explore was the first one that was actually belonging to the Balkans, and that's because of the drone photography that I haven't quite finished yet, and also the fact that there is a feature that I'd like to show you. But first, the COVID details of the Vilnius Grand Resort, and this is actually in the language that they have in Lithuania. You could change that, of course. It connects right to their database. Um, and then you can discuss in details that each country is different, but at the same time there are similarities.
Yes, Anna was actually sending a message in the chat box if it's possible to travel now, for example, to the Baltic states. I
Mhm.
think the problem with traveling outside the Finnish border nowadays is that, well, the major drawback is the swab test that you have to present in the borders. I think many countries are requiring that. And as per government guidelines, they are actually not encouraging travel, especially this week and next week when we have the especially reinforced lockdown here in Finland.
Okay. Thank you so much for that info, and thanks for the question, Anna. By the way, so Zagreb is the location of the Dubrovnik Hotel. The reason why I thought this was particularly interesting for you, Ed, because sometimes you have two buses of guests, and you always ask your boss that, hey, meet us in the south corner or the left corner. And with this kind of photography, you can actually using visualizer visit and any tool such as Zoom, you could encircle and make annotations on that, like this, like I just did. And you can see that, hey, meet us here 5 p.m. And you can do that in real time. And you could, of course, erase that if you wanted to make it prettier and easier, and you could highlight anything in this. So there are so many tricks you can do right now, just to make sure that your client understand. And you could say that this is where our hotel is, Sunbee Group. So the possibilities are endless, and the technologies are there. So all you have to do is use it. And like, if you're probably more tech savvy than I am, so you will be able to navigate this on your real time. And I'm looking at the possibilities of maybe either hygiene protocol, or um, let's say, let me just navigate myself. The text, yeah, here you go. So tell us about your experiences in Zagreb.
Zagreb is a nice city. They have a very nice church there dedicated to Mother Mary. For the Christians, it's quite important. But of course, from Zagreb, you can easily reach also Zadar, which is one of the best, loveliest sunset I have seen in the world, where you
Mhm.
can have the piano music uh, blending in with the waves. And of course, you have Split, and I think Croatia in general is a destination, even with just one country, you will have a lot of different interesting cities to visit. And Zagreb is, of course, one of the most important that you should not miss.
I so appreciate all the personal anecdotes that you have. As you can see, we probably need to pause and end our presentation here with the site that our clients going back probably this summer or this autumn. There's like a sunset or a sunrise there, and you may be able to present this at your own leisure, and making sure that this is something that they will remember.
Yes, thank you, Sheila. It's a very nice presentation, very brief, but at least um, when I share this video to my clients, they will have a general idea on what kind of things that they can see. And it has also enriched my knowledge with the visualizer technology that you are presenting, how it can help me in the future in terms of presentation to future potential clients.
And now we are actually letting our attendees say something if they want to. So please unmute yourself if you want, and just say hello later on if you feel like you want to say hello to us at this point. But I'm so happy to have you here on April 1. This is not April Fool's Day. You will definitely travel at some point, and hopefully you will be able to do business with Sunbee and my organization. So thank you so much, everyone, especially to our guests and clients of Sunbee. Good day.
Thank you,
Cheers.
Sheila. Have a nice and peaceful Holy Week to you and to our guests and to our clients who are listening with this webinar today.
Um, yep, that is all. And let me just say sayonara and ciao.
Yes, as they say it in Croatia, do vibenja.